Hello and welcome to COPICafe. This is episode 40, and we've got Rob, Greg, and Josh Jones here. We're to talk to you about what's going on in Cornucopias, give you some updates. What are we building? What stuffed animal is Rob playing with today? All sorts of important things. Is that a gopher? Groundhog?
It's Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day today.
Yeah, in America. Is it not
Have you
Groundhog
seen
Day?
that movie? I have no idea. I can't keep up. Yesterday, I thought it was Tuesday. I'm
You
confused.
might be living Groundhog Day. Yeah. Happy Groundhog Day.
Uh, it's great. Do you know what? That movie is awesome. Have you
Yeah.
seen that
Bill
movie with
Murray.
Bill Murray? Yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to relive every day and like learn all of these different skill sets. Like, you know how he went and learned the piano and he did all sorts of like
Yeah.
personal development type things. I think that's a pretty cool thing. If you could just do that for, all right, I want to be stuck in the same day for 1 year or whatever. I don't know.
So many different films and series of when they have those one-off specials, when they copy that format,
Uh
it's
huh.
so good. They
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
The Day After Tomorrow, Tom Cruise, amazing film.
Oh, yeah. I need to see that one again. I think I've seen it. It's been a while.
Again and
Um,
again and again
and,
and again and again.
and again, and
Like
again, and
Groundhog
again,
Day.
and again. Well, how are you doing today? Are you having a good day?
I am, yes. My
I,
picture arrived, so I'm really happy.
oh,
Quite
your picture.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I didn't forget. I was trying to build tension. What are you drinking, Rob?
I'm a bit thirsty. So today I have Ben Shaw's
Ooh, Ben
bitter
Shaw.
bitter
Who's that?
shandy. I don't know who Ben
Bi-
Shaw is, but he's got some bitter shandy.
He's got some bitter shandy. What is shandy?
Shandy is usually some alcohol with lemonade put in it. So maybe
Oh, really?
lager, half lemonade, half.
Dang.
And
I've
bitter's a
done my
type of
fair
beer.
share of drinking in this lifetime,
You
but
never had a shandy?
no.
Might be an English thing, British thing. I don't think it is.
Yeah, could be. I don't know. Maybe we call it something different. We definitely have lemonade with alcohol and stuff.
And
Well,
then you have
I'm
a northern version and a southern version. So some of the southerners have like a lager, a lemonade top, just to dilute their beer. It's a British thing. I'm a northerner. We don't have that. I digress.
there's there's my drink.
Yeah.
It's
What's the
got
little sticker on it?
those green floaties. I don't want to talk about what this sticker is
Oh,
because
it's in public
it's a
domain now.
football team that is not one of my.
Oh,
It's my wife's favorite football team until Brady left. In case that
New
tells you anything,
New York City
I guess it's still her um, team, the
football.
Patriots, the
Oh,
New England Patriots.
oh,
So Uh, let's get right to it, huh? We got some good stuff to talk about today. It's going to be a quick episode,
hope not.
but we have a lot going on. We had to cancel several meetings today and tomorrow so that we can work through some of the planning type things that we're doing, and do some rescheduling just because we got some tight timelines with the racing game. We really want to deliver on that one, so we can step into the racing game first. So the shandy, you're drinking a shandy. Has that got a lot of booze in it? Because I bet you need it after these
No, it's got
planning meetings.
the idea of shandy is has very little alcohol. Probably hasn't got any in it. It's probably just called shandy. It's probably like beer flavor.
Oh, okay. Well, if you need to get a few more shots after some of these planning meetings, I would understand.
Maybe. Yeah, we get there
But
though. It's team
yeah, we get
teamwork.
there, and it's
Get a consensus.
it's a team. Yeah, we found consensus. It's a team effort, and it's not all about any one individual. And we're building something big and special, and so it's going to mean that we have to value voices on all sides. And passion is a double-edged sword.
So
Everybody's
yeah,
passionate.
some
Drop it.
details need a bit more conversation than others, but we're
Yeah,
normally 98% in agreement.
yeah, we're doing great on going through it. So we got a lot more work to do there just to get through final racing MVP uh,
The
acceptance
detail.
criteria.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the racing game, that's our update. Is we're really trudging through this acceptance criteria and exactly what are we shooting for by early Q2, late Q1, and it's going well. It's going to be an amazing. It's going to be an
Well,
amazing game.
it's the age old time versus features versus really quality into it. We if we put too many features in, we're never going to get the MVP delivered. But if we don't put enough in, then the public might think it's a shoddy, cheap game. So it's the balance of how do you get the highest quality features in delivered on time, which is the holy grail of software development. So
Yeah,
so so the challenges we've had is different camps have different perspectives. We need these features, we need these delivery dates, and see that's the beauty of agile. Is in agile you do you figure out all the different features you want. You then are able to plumb in this a deadline, and then you work towards it. So some of the features might not make it. Maybe they all will, and you'll overextend. But the beauty is, as every few weeks, you get closer and closer to that goal, and then you get a better idea of whether you're going to deliver on time or whether you might just have to deliver under or over deliver. It's just software.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And there's also the tension between developing something for a crypto or Cardano based community versus
Yeah.
what the traditional gaming community might expect. There's a tension there too.
Hmm.
And that's coming to a common ground. And we've mentioned this before that we really want to capture the traditional gaming market
Yeah.
as well. And that there's a lot that we're hoping to come to market with here, and at the same time, we have to cut it down and hopefully get it to a point where we can actually release it on time. To your point,
Yeah.
it's challenging, and
It is very tricky because any negative comments from the public, we will take it to heart because it's our baby into that we've built. But if we look on the grand scheme of things, we've got years and years. Software, you games have the first version, and then there's updates to that, and then there's more updates and more updates. And if you look at, say, FIFA, I've been playing FIFA probably since 1990. I don't know, the year 2000, something like that. For
wait,
for,
and you
for
say you're
20.
not any good, so I'm curious if you're hustling me right now,
Well, I'm
because we're
still as
supposed to play a game soon.
yeah, but I was a lot better it's same as everything. The more practice you get, the better you are. So as FIFA got better and better graphics and more features in it, I spent less and less time playing with it. So then when I started playing it, you might have had 4 buttons to press and shoot and pass, whereas now there's 302. And
So
it's
wait,
it's
the
like
stats. Hold on, can I comment on the
yeah,
stats you just provided me, or the information? The information you just gave me was that your
software
average
evolved.
player hours in a game is inversely proportionate to the new content and improvements that came out. Meaning the improvements came out with FIFA and your playtime went down. This is scary. Does this mean you're going to play
Uh,
Cornucopias the most
no,
in the beginning and then you're going to quit when we
no,
improve it?
no. Have you ever played? Do you remember the Atari 2600? Everyone remembers
Absolutely. That
that.
was my
You had
first
one
game set.
joystick and one button.
Yeah.
Fast forward only 20 years, so 80s or 90s, and now we had Street Fighter. Do you remember Street Fighter in the arcade with like 16 buttons?
Yes, absolutely. Street Fighter was one of my favorite. Actually, that should be on my list if it's not.
So
It's definitely a
that's the
favorite.
journey I'm talking.
Ayukin! You remember that one move?
Yeah,
Ayukin!
uppercut,
So, okay, go ahead.
round one, fight.
Yeah, yeah. It's good
You
stuff.
lose. I know. Yeah, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When I started playing FIFA, there was like 2 or 3 buttons. That's all I had to remember, a little combination.
Right.
Nowadays, there's about 300 different things. So when I'm playing, I haven't memorized them because I haven't got the time in. So
Oh,
I,
okay. Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I'm still playing. I'm passing and long balling and shooting. Other people are dribbling around me. They're doing
No,
scorpion
there's
kicks.
a
They're
lot
doing
of
flicks,
advanced
and I'm
moves.
like, what?
Yeah.
I only
There's a lot
know.
of advanced moves.
I've only just learned how to do the gritty again when you score. That's like a, a finishing move in Anyway,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
I mean. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is software evolves, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think what you're saying is it was tough to keep up with all of FIFA's advancements.
Yeah,
There are a lot of new moves, there's no doubt.
yeah,
But yeah, we really went down a rabbit trail there. It was kind of fun though, because
yeah.
yeah, we're talking about some of the treasured
I did
video
have a
games.
big retro subject to talk about as well because my picture came, but I will probably extend the episode by 3 years now. I really want to show it to you as well.
Show it.
All right. They can skip it. So back in the 90s,
WrestleMania.
do you remember that
Hulk
one?
Hogan. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know who he's fighting there? Well, it says.
No, I don't, but I really love his hair.
So that's the for me that was when that was the amazing era when I first started getting American telly. So that was WrestleMania 6 in the
Do you
Sky
remember the
Dome.
Von Erichs?
Is what, sorry?
The Von Erichs?
The Von Erichs, I don't know, but that was on the 1st of April 1990. So that was WrestleMania 6, and the reason I'm mentioning it now is because this weekend there was the current Royal Rumble, but that game, the champion v champion match between Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Intercontinental Champion versus World Heavyweight Champion, the commentators, Jesse the Body Ventura, Gorilla Monsoon. During that WrestleMania, there was Jake the Snake against the $1 Million Man.
Yeah.
Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah. Coco
Yeah.
Beware, Mr. Perfect, Rick the Mall. Anyway, I was really into like Earthquake, Rowdy Roddy, the Hart Brothers. So
How
yeah,
did you miss the Von Erichs?
so
It
I
might
haven't
have been
watched it.
prior to, huh?
Go on, sorry.
I'm not
Did you
sure. I'm
watch
just
it?
wondering how you missed the Von Erichs. They were
I
some
don't
wrestling
remember the
brothers
Von
from
Erichs.
Dallas, my home city. But anyway,
Remember the 1-2-3 kid? Was he from Austin, Texas? Or the one? Where was it? I
I
think
don't
he
know.
was. I think
I
I'm
don't
gonna have
know.
to Google that one later on. But anyway, so I've kind of not watched wrestling for years and years. I kind of left it when The Rock started. He was really young. I didn't know he'd go on to be like an A-lister, so I'd missed that. But this weekend was Royal Rumble 2023.
Okay.
And I thought, you know what? I haven't seen wrestling for so long. I think I'll watch it because I probably won't know anyone.
Uh-huh.
I'll watch it for 10 minutes. So I'm watching it and I'm thinking, I've heard of Sheamus. Do you know the Royal Rumble where you get 30 people in a ring and they come in every minute? And
No,
then
I don't.
you just
Sorry.
they just cut every minute a new fighter comes in. And the idea is they throw them over the top rope and then they're out. And
I've
then
seen plenty of clips and stuff like that. Yeah, it
yeah,
may not have been Royal Rumble. Yeah.
but so I watched it and all these wrestlers are coming on. I'm thinking, I haven't got a clue who you are. I'll watch it for another 5 minutes. But it was really good. But then, so this is how this story is related. Go back to that WrestleMania 6. There was a time, there was part of it where Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior, they both threw themselves against the rope. So one went that way, one went that way. They came in the middle, they did a clothesline, and they both went on the floor at the same time. And it was amazing. I'll never forget that. Well, this weekend, 30 players, number 29, in comes Logan Paul. Logan Paul, the
Yeah.
YouTuber,
Yeah.
I mean, he's controversial, especially in the NFT world. He's got a project. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing here, but it's going to be weird. Anyway, he is So he's in the ring. There must be about 7 or 8 different things, and he's kind of kicking off with this wrestler called Reigns. Yeah, I think he's called Reigns. And somehow they both go over the ring either side. So they're not eliminated; they just about stay in, and they're still talking to each other, both outside the ring. All these other wrestlers are like, "Oh, I'm really battered," and suddenly the ring empties. So they're both on the outside. The other wrestlers are all kipping down, and I promise you, this is brilliant. And then they both stood up on the second rope, then on the top rope, and jumped. So they must have been 10 foot in the air, clotheslined each other in the air, and fell down. And it was the most amazing moment in wrestling that I think I've ever seen. I can't believe it was Logan Paul, but it just reminded me of that original match. I think he actually hurt himself because he's not a wrestler, he doesn't train, and he is a bit of a muppet for doing something like that. But go and watch that clip. You won't believe it. It was unbelievable.
If you send it to me, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna go look for it.
I'll send it to you. Anyway, we digress.
That was well, there you go, guys.
But now, sorry, to just the last thing to follow on in a few weeks from now, or a month or so from now, is WrestleMania 39.
Wait, I thought we were done. So
no, this is just the last bit.
Okay.
That's 39. I'm just saying the original one that I watched was WrestleMania 6. How old?
What is it? Every year, or is it? So is that?
Yeah, it's once a year.
Oh, okay. So once a year is
crazy.
The
telling you, we're getting old. We're getting old.
Yeah, you know what? And as you age, the perception of the travel of time increases exponentially. Old Man Jones? I like it. I like it. Got a little Jones on that hat.
Yeah, I thought I'd get a Jones hat. Don't know what I've got.
Very well done. All right. He's got a nice beard.
It's an actual brand name in Scarborough. I went to the beach once.
All right, I'm going to bring it back to the topic.
We can cut all that out, but I mean, I had a good memory lane there.
You did good. The main game, actually, this is the main game in the racing game. Multiplayer testing and testing. So
yes,
we had a good meeting this week where we realized the need to just get very organized and effectively plan out the process for going through and solving one of the problems that a lot of AAA games are still having issues with, which is the multiplayer servers around the world, crashes, lagging, all sorts of issues that come with multiplayer. There's a lot there.
Yep.
The good news that we got from our team was that they've been working on the replication side of things from within Unreal Engine, and that they've solved a ton of those problems. So the majority of what is left for us is figuring out they've solved those for the racing game.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it's figuring out the servers. Go ahead.
You've got to remember when figuring out multiplayer is very difficult and matchmaking. But again, software evolves, services come out as well. So some of these services are now we can get off cloud-based services. So we can get to MVP using some matchmaking and some cloud services to begin with. Long term, we will look at decentralizing some parts of the game, the core parts of the game. As much as we'd like to live in a brilliant world where everything's decentralized, you need the game to be absolutely rock solid. So that will be on solid central cloud serving. And
we'll gradually decentralize in a variety of areas.
Some parts of it, yeah. But the main game will be absolutely rock solid performance. But nowadays there is services that, especially the Unreal Engine provides, that you can lock into to help your development. It costs a bit more up front rather than developing it yourself. So so long term, we will look at writing some of those matchmaking and server hostings ourselves. But there's some really good solutions that that we
We have we have the right
mm,
team on
solid?
the DevOps side to
Hmm.
handle a lot of what we need to, and also utilizing servers like Amazon Game Lift and things of that nature. Whatever
Yep.
we end up using, the general, and then we're also going to hire a very professional consultant that could eventually come on full time.
Yep.
Somebody that's been in, got specific experience to make sure that we're architecting and building on the right path or heading in the right direction. So it was a great meeting because it gave us a lot of confidence in the fact that that replication side is already solved, and
Yeah. Well,
now
they've got it
we
working. Yeah. Just
yeah,
and
and now we
those
get to move
services will help to
towards
scale.
and now we get to move towards actually testing with the team in a couple of
Mhm.
weeks on multiplayer,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Yeah.
So we start testing with the team on multiplayer, and then we gradually increase the size of the group that's testing,
Yeah.
eventually getting to a place where hopefully at MVP, we can let a small number of you guys play multiplayer. We're going to be scaling that out due to the complexities as we've got an understanding and a grasp of the data. What is the cost? How is this working? We're not going to rush into that, but we do need everybody to know that we're working on it, and we've made significant progress. And
Yeah. That
we
that's a definite leak. 'Cause that was starting testing in a week or so.
oh yeah, move that to the
Internal
leak
testing.
section. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's huge.
Multiplayer internal testing.
I did just give away a leak for the day early in the episode. Well, you
Oh,
guys can leave now.
oh, did you?
You don't have to watch the rest.
I'll have to go back Groundhog Day style and redo the episode.
All right. I I let the leak out a little early, so sorry for that, guys. All right. Let's see what's next. Website. The website. So that is coming along quite nicely.
Is being tested today.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
I
we've
got it
got our
today.
spreadsheet. We're looking through for spelling errors. We're looking through for
Yeah.
other issues, primarily doing a content check right now,
Yeah.
written content check. They're still getting images up, but the entire framework and the architecture and the site map and all of that is
Yeah.
complete.
But
So,
the same thing. We're moving into the testing phase. It's the year of the corn.
yes, it's the year of the corn. I love it. It's the year of the corn for sure. Website going to be released, and then shortly after that, hopefully the the Copious Academy. Hopefully, very shortly after the
Yeah.
website. I don't know how long. Maybe a month. Maybe less. Maybe
I know, but
more.
that'll be exciting when that moves into the testing phase.
Absolutely. So great things in the works. Very exciting. We have some questions for the community. Do you want to go into that right now?
Yep. Let's have a look. Um, okay, so I didn't write down the author. Sorry about that. You'll recognize your question. It says, I have a little question about latency. I thought this was a great question. Will the Esperanza server be in America, the Solace server be in Europe, and the Samurai server be in Asia? And then you can choose your homeland based on this. And if you are in the EU and live in Solace, when you travel to the Samurai zone, you will like have a natural disadvantage in form of being out of your home. So to say that before the latency problems, it's a kind of solved in a natural way. So I mean, I know it was posed as a little question,
No, that
but
was
yeah. So,
fun.
so the idea is, are the different zones going to be in different
No,
continents
no,
of
we'll
the
have to have
world?
servers all
So it
over
solves a problem. It'd be
for the
cool.
zones. Yeah, latency is solved by grouping. Well, it's partially solved by grouping people according to geography, and so
Yeah,
we would
that's what
not
that
want to
question
make
came from.
Esperanza not available for one side of the world. We would want it to be available for all. So, but that's an interesting question. That's fun, and
Yeah, I
that
like
is part of what we're starting to solve and talk through is geographical grouping and how we're going to make this available for everyone as quickly as possible, and how
Yep.
that's going to work. But again, we have to scale into multiplayer somewhat slowly, and that involves scaling it in region by region or however we're going to do it. Test group, increasing test group size, uh, checking regions, how we can't make it available to the entire world right away because there's cost implications to all of that, and so
Yep.
we'll test our way through that. So you'll have to be patient with us on the multiplayer side, but that's a great
Okay.
question. Fun.
Another question from Beowulf Cornelius. Um, I like Cornelius because it reminds me of Planet of the Apes. It's because one of those names. I don't know if you
All
remember
right.
Cornelius from there. Um, will the racing involve pit stops in the future, like in Formula One?
Yes.
Oh,
Uh, I don't think it'll be in the MVP, but it will. You will definitely have pit stops in the future, um, and there will be a crew that comes around, and you know,
crew, Penelope pit stop.
yeah, a team that comes around and get your vehicle souped up real quick uh, to get back into the race. Yeah, so that'll happen in the future for sure.
Nice. Yeah. I think it'll be one of the modes. Yeah, not necessarily in all the modes. Some will be
Yep.
short, some will be long format. But
Hmm.
yeah, as the game evolves, there'll be more and more modes, more good stuff in there.
Yep.
Want some more?
Yeah, we can do one more.
Okay. Um, so from L Megaphone, for the e-racing league in the initial release, will there be an option for players to run custom races so they can race against the friends?
In the initial release, they said. Uh,
Uh, yeah, in the initial release.
hmm.
He said there's a sub note thinking about the added fun that brings in Fall Guys.
Oh well, yeah, I mean, absolutely, we are planning to have that if possible. That again, that's a multiplayer mode, so it goes back to that multiplayer question.
Yeah,
Ideally, we have that for the MVP, um, but again, that's we're scaling that up over time. But it part of multiplayer mode would involve matchmaking,
yeah.
and creating a custom race. So
There's lots that we can say about multiplayer that we won't, but we've been thinking about your friends, how you find your friends quickly, how you set up your account, how customization in all kinds of the game happens. But yeah, that's for the future.
yeah, that's a huge leak that you
Well,
went
it's a
drip right there.
foreshadow rather than a leak.
Yeah, that was a foreshadow. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Well, we'll talk
Um,
about shadows. Can you see your shadow yet?
yeah, yeah. But yeah, there's golly, it is the year of the corn. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun year. A lot of great releases. I hope it is going to be fun. At least, I mean, it's challenging. There's no doubt about that. Um,
Yeah. You need a
but
challenge.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Nobody said it was easy.
Oh, Coldplay. Throwing out some Coldplay.
Oh, a bit of Coldplay. I
Yeah.
hope
All
not.
right.
Hope it's fun play.
Actually, Rob, you were a really good karaoke singer, and
I
Callum
can't
was
even
too.
say you. Yeah, you're saying that after a few beers because you don't drink, do you?
No,
Well, if you enjoyed my singing while you were sober, then
I
everybody
did.
else that was drunk
I
probably
did, man. You
enjoyed
get
it.
into it. You love it.
Yeah, I
I
do.
can't believe how into it you are. It's great. That was a fun time, except for we. Well, I don't know what place it was. This was in London, or no, it was in
It was in Manchester.
Manchester.
It was at a K2 bar in Manchester.
Yeah. Um, the floor was kind of sticky
Yeah.
of that
Well,
facility. Yeah, but other than
sweat,
that, it was.
sweat, and well, everything was so crammed together. You could imagine things, people getting up, dancing, bottles flying off
Oh yeah,
tables.
absolutely. That's exactly what was happening. Is
Yeah,
drinks were
trust me.
spilling, sugar was drying out to its
Yeah,
nice caramelized sticky
all these
layer,
diet cokes.
all to make a peeling sound when you lift your shoe off the floor.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
All
It didn't stop
right.
death
Hey,
dancing, though, did it?
do what?
It
It
didn't stop
didn't.
death dancing.
No, that was great. Golly, we should leak some of those videos sometimes.
Yeah, we've got them on video. There'll be some good leaks.
Oh, have to get some waivers signed before that. But yeah,
Yeah,
um, yeah, that was fun. Anyway, we digress. We've gone on several rabbit trails for this
yeah.
COPICafe,
We
but I
haven't had a
promise you,
nonsense episode for ages.
huh?
People were saying in last week's that we weren't smiling enough.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're smiling a little more. Hey, Thank you guys for listening once again. It's always good to know that our community's out there supporting us and engaged in what we're building. We're excited to build with you and for you, and together we're gonna do something really amazing. It is the year of the corn, so yeah, enjoy it.
Bye
Kopi
bye.
Cafe episode 40. Checking out Rob, Josh, and Groundhog
Watch
Boy.
your shadows.
All right.